last look at a new take on Vlad von Carstein. So this is a character that many of the old guys should know if you played Warhammer Fantasy back in the day, or if you play the Total War series on PC. So this character is quite famous, and the client wanted me to take the old miniature, which is the old sculpt, essentially, which is terrible, and do somewhat of an update to it with some different themes. So he sent me some pieces to work with, and this is what we came up with. So we based the legs off of this character, Prince Duval, I think, and then we took the Vampire Lord on a zombie dragon, took his torso, and we did a couple of changes to the stomach. The Dragon Lord torso is actually wider than it needs to be. The armor is a lot bulkier than the Prince Duval, and so I slimmed down the stomach area and added parts to the cuirass, and then some cloth that mirrored the cloth coming up from the waist, continued that up here, and that gave it more of a streamlined blend into the Duval legs. I also wanted to blend the direction of the angled plates, so if you look at it this way, you can see that the gorget actually goes out this way in kind of a swooping horn pattern, right? So does the leg armor, so does the shins, and so I wanted to mirror that on these stomach plates as well, if you can see that. So that when you see him from the profile here, he has that same sort of motif going throughout his armor. Same sort of style with the plates. The arms actually are from the Sisters of Silence boxes. The hand here is actually sculpted. So the hand was actually just green stuff and milliput put together. So green put, as I call it. The sword is from some ghost zombie. You guys know better than I do. I actually don't know these parts, but you guys do. He sent me a horn, to which I added some ribs and some bones to match the old style. And I did a little separating of the plates here on the pauldron, so you can see I added this ridge here, which makes this plate look like it's a superior plate to this one, so that it's on top, even though actually this is all one plate. It's an easy way to split a plate without making it too bulky and make it look like it's layered. That method is on the Patreon if you guys want to learn to do that, as well as how to do these plates and how to build up armor is also on the Patreon, as well as how to do fur, which we did a fur cloak. This cape here was sort of a last resort. He sent me several cloaks to work with, which none of them really matched. Instead, I wanted more of a jagged piece that would flow just correctly so that it would complement this pose. See how he's in this pose, and remember we talked about the angles of the plates and everything. I wanted the cloak to come out at just the right angle to make the composition make sense, to fill in all the areas that I needed to, without being too bulky, too gaudy, too large. I think it worked out pretty well. And then we just did some fur, blended it in over the armor, and then you can see here that the cloak is actually held in place with some spikes that come out of the pauldron. So one there, one there, one there, and one there. Those are made with plastic card rod that are glued into place into a hole and then sharpened. The hair here is milliput, or sorry, no, it's Tamiya Quickset, which I have used in previous projects and I have talked about before. And on the Patreon we discuss the benefits of using that. If you're wondering why this piece is so multicolored, this piece is from a special box set, and the pieces, I guess, are red. The zombie dragon is an older set, and that's why it's gray. It's not a snap fit. It's more of a traditional box set from GW. And then the green stuff is just normal green stuff. If it's a little bit lighter, that's mixed with milliput, so I can make the plates more angular and sharper. And then the Tamiya Quickset is that macaroni yellow color. And it wasn't necessarily on purpose that I was doing different colors until I actually got to the hair, where I decided that I would use the Tamiya just so that I could tell what I was sculpting. If you're doing hair over fur, it can get lost pretty quickly. So it just helps to differentiate sometimes the colors. on the miniature. It helps to differentiate the layers, so to speak. And then we did a Blood Angel dagger to replace his little dagger. The blood drop is a nice little touch there. And then added a couple of odds and ends. The sword is going to ship separate. I don't want that to break, so it's going to ship in another little baggie on the side. So there you go, guys. I hope that was entertaining for you. If you are the client, thank you so much for the business. If you are a patron, thank you so much for the support. And if you have commissioned a piece for me, thanks also to you for the business. I really do appreciate it. If you would like to make stuff like this for yourself, join us on Patreon at patreon.com/lastlightcreative, where we have tons of tutorials that cover everything from fur to cloth, how to do armor plates, all of this. There are a lot of tutorials, a lot of material on there. You also get access to the Discord, where you can speak directly with me at any time. You can also ask us questions and hang out with the community there and share your projects. Thanks so much, guys.